What's up, y'all? This is Nightmare Baller One. I just wanted to give my thoughts on the whole Cena thing about how Cena's getting all these awards and stuff, and all these Cena haters are going crazy, and my thoughts on the ROH haters. Since I watched True Slayer's video, and I just thought I should respond to it. This year, mainstream wrestling. We're not talking about indies. We're not talking about ROH, PWG, Shikar, all these other places. The wrestler of the year is John Cena. I don't feel good right now, so y'all gotta forgive me. But the wrestler of the year right now is John Cena. Okay, I don't think anybody could argue anyone, with just what he's done for mainstream wrestling, not just the WWE, for mainstream wrestling. The WWE had just the greatest barrage of injuries I've seen ever in history. You know what I'm saying? And the one constant thing that kept that company, afloat, kept it going, was John Cena. Whether you like John Cena, whether you don't like John Cena, doesn't really matter. It doesn't matter at all. John Cena was the most important person in probably wrestling this year. This year, the Royal Rumble, he started out, probably had the match of the early part of the year. Then WrestleMania, he had another great match. Carried Khali to watchable matches. Had that 1 hour long match on Raw that was pretty good. Just John Cena. I mean, his match at SummerSlam pretty much saved that pay-per-view in my opinion, because the pay-per-view really wasn't that good. But his match at SummerSlam saved it from being total crap. You know what I'm saying? The match he had with Lashley was good. Surprisingly. The match he had with who else? I can't think right now, but and he's main evented every pay-per-view, and he's the biggest draw probably since I'd say Austin. Honestly, he's probably the biggest draw since The Rock and Austin. Just being honest. I mean, he is the top guy in professional wrestling. That's just what he is. Anyway, but to a degree, I can understand why Cena haters just hate Cena, but just don't hate blindly. I mean, give credit where credit is due. You know what I mean? But the one thing I can't understand is wrestling fans and this complaint about ROH, about how ROH isn't on TV and not many people see ROH. Therefore, how can you really nominate any of their matches for match of the year? Look, if you're a true wrestling fan, you know that when it comes to real wrestling ROH is where it's at. And real wrestling fans know this, okay? If you are a true wrestling fan, you know what I mean? If you're a real wrestling fan and you say not many people see ROH, and that's your only argument for ROH having all these match of the year candidates, you really know nothing. I'm sorry, because this year, and last year, ROH is just when it comes to match of the year candidates, they're incredible each time. You know what I mean? This year, I get Morishima and Joe and McGinnis and Danielson, the Motor City Machine Guns and the Briscoes, the Ladder War, the Boston Street Fight, all the McGinnis and Morishima matches, the Briscoes versus Seidel and Castagnoli, respect is earned. Manhattan Mayhem too. Danielson and Morishima match. So come on, people. Let's just be honest. You know what I'm saying? I'm not even trying to seem like an asshole. And the term match of the year really all it does boil down to opinion. But let me ask you another question, okay? If you're having a conversation with somebody and you're talking about match of the year candidates, what's the match of the year? This, that, and the other, right? Do you let's say somebody brings up, what's a match that just shouldn't be there? Let's say somebody brings up Khali and Cena from Judgment Day, okay? Granted, the match was watchable, but still wasn't that good, you know what I'm saying? And then somebody brings up the ladder war. You know what I mean? If somebody honestly says that Khali and Cena is better than the ladder war, I know that's their opinion, but that's ridiculous. You get what I'm saying? Like, a lot of people get mad when they say ROH has had more match of the year candidates than anyone else, because it's logical. They have. I mean, you can just look like to a person that knows nothing about wrestling. If they see what let me think of something. Just what was some match? Just random. Just some random match. All right, if they see Angle and Sting at Bound for Glory, okay, and they see Danielson and McGuinness at Driven. I mean, come on. I mean, I'm not trying to be an asshole, but I'm just what I say is the truth. I can't help it. It just is, and I know I'm gonna get a lot of heat for this because, well, Nightmare, you basically, basically saying that everyone's opinion doesn't matter. I'm not saying that at all, but like, how can you honestly argue any of the match of the year candidates always just put on this shit? I mean, just it boggles me. How can you argue any of them? And even some that's not on anyone's top 10 list, like the McGuinness and Joe match from 50th Year Festival Liverpool, and the Joe and Morishima match from FYF New York, the McGuinness and Morishima match from Fighting Spirit. How can you really say that anywhere else is put on this string of match of the year candidates? Nobody. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I like TNA, but honestly, TNA, in my opinion, has two. A lot of people just say one, but I think two. That Joe and Christian at Destination X and Texas Deathmatch, those are the two I think that are match of the year candidates. But I mean, the Texas Deathmatch is number 10 in my top 10, and then that Joe and Christian match is probably like somewhere around 11 or 12. So yeah, I mean that's pretty much it. You know what I'm saying? Like, honestly, it's a few other ones, but with ROH it's like at least 10. You know what I'm saying? At least. WWE is a few, and most of them involve John Cena. So I mean, come on. Anyway, I know I'm starting to ramble, y'all. I just had to get that out because I'm just tired of people hating on John Cena for the wrong reasons. I can understand if you was like, his title reign is too long. His title reign was too long. He had the belt for too long. I understand that. Or, he's being shoved down our throats. I can understand. I mean, he was being shoved down our throats. He wasn't booked to the degree that Kurt Angle is or was. Or, recently TNA really hasn't been Angle. You know what I mean? But yeah, I mean he was booked heavily. I mean, let's just be honest. I did get tired of seeing him, but now I miss him. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, well, I didn't want him to get injured. I didn't want him to go. I wanted him to drop the title to somebody that I don't know how to put it, but I wanted him to drop the title. You know what I'm saying? But like, not to the degree that everybody else did. Like, oh, give it to anybody but Cena. Give it to Triple H. Give it to Randy Orton. No, not me. But I did want him to drop the title. I'm not gonna sit here and lie to you. And another thing, the ROH thing. A lot of people say that nobody, like no ROH fan said that TNA's has any match of the year candidates because we don't like TNA. I mean, the roster is sick, therefore you expect more from TNA than you would to WWE. That's just how it is. So for TNA to put on these like average matches and the pay-per-views and stuff, and what I'm saying, these bad like impacts, that's why we get so mad at it. You know what I'm saying? It's not because, how can I put it? It's not because it's necessarily a worse product. It's just we expect more, and it should be more from TNA. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, y'all, this concludes this video. I don't hate TNA. Before I hear that, you hate TNA. I don't hate TNA. I love TNA. Probably more than a lot of people on here. It just, it didn't have that many match of the year candidates. And I know that's what everyone's gonna say. I'm starting getting all these comments. They just didn't. And I got a Glory by Honor 6 review coming. Glory by Honor weekend. It's coming soon. So as soon as I get a chance to see it, I hit y'all with a review. Peace, y'all.